gentlemen, I give you a warm welcome once again on SLTV Lab. Today we are going to see anatomy of the brain. Please stick on this video. We are going to see the first video about this. So if you miss out this one, it will not be easy for you to understand other videos to come. So please stick on it from the beginning up to the end. To know that the brain has three main parts. The first one, it is the cerebrum. The cerebrum, it is this one, the one on top. Then the second one is called cerebellum. This is cerebellum. These two, they are cerebellum. Then below is another one, we call it brainstem. You get me? Three main parts: cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. Let's start with the cerebrum. Cerebrum is mainly made up of two, what we call hemispheres: the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere. Do you see? Two main parts, the right and the left one. And then these ones are separated by what we call longitudinal fissure. This is the one that separates both hemispheres. It is called longitudinal fissure. It is the one that separates the right and the left hemispheres of the cerebrum. And these hemispheres are connected just inside, but what we call corpus callosum. Let me open it this way. Good, good. You can see this is the part that will connect both hemispheres. Just externally they are not connected, but within the center they are connected by what we call corpus callosum. Let me come back on our cerebrum. Good. Just a moment. Good. Good. So on our cerebrum, the cerebrum has what we call lobes. It has what we call frontal lobe. Frontal lobe is the one on the front. It has what we call parietal lobe in the middle. It has what we call occipital lobe, the one on the occiput, the one behind. Then it has what we call temporal. Temporal, the one on the temporal area. You get me? Frontal, parietal, occipital, and temporal. How many are they? They are 4. Good. And then on the brain you can see there are some protrusion or prominent part. And between those prominent parts there are other things that are groove-like. The groove-like part are called sulcus. You get me? Sulcus. And then the one that are dome-like are called gyrus. If there are more than one, they are called gyri. If there are so many, they are called sulci. Sulcus, sulci. Gyrus or gyri. Good. Then let me show you a bit on how these are separate. Good. When you take the frontal lobe is separated from the parietal lobe by another fissure. Good. Then this is the frontal lobe. Then from here up to here, this is parietal lobe. And then down here, it is the temporal lobe. And when you go back here, we find the occipital lobe. Those are mainly the part of the cerebrum. So let's go inside and see the part that connect both hemispheres. Good. I have said this is called corpus callosum, and this is one part of the cerebellum. Good. Now let's see clearly. This is corpus callosum that connects both left and right hemispheres of the cerebrum. Then this is part of the cerebellum. Now let's see the brainstem. The brainstem has what we call medulla oblongata. This is the one from here. It connects the brain to the spinal cord. And then we have the pons. This one that has a prominence, it is called pons. Do you get me? Medulla oblongata, pons. And then there is another part called midbrain. Midbrain has has two main parts. This is the midbrain. Here, the one on top is called corpora quadrigemina. Corpora quadrigemina. That is the one part of the midbrain. Then there is another. This one, it is called cerebral aqueduct. Then here we find what we call cerebral peduncle of the midbrain. Cerebral peduncle of the midbrain. Good. This is the cerebral peduncle of the midbrain. Good. So clearly, medulla oblongata. This is the one that connects to the spinal cord. Then pons. Then here we see the midbrain that has what we call corpora quadrigemina and cerebral aqueduct here. This is connected to the other part of the brainstem by this part called cerebral peduncle of the midbrain. Good. So these are the part of the brainstem, and you remember this is the one side of the cerebellum. Now let's see just in the center, just below this corpus callosum. Just in the center here, this is what we call thalamus. And when we move anterior inferior, this is hypothalamus. Thalamus, hypothalamus. Good. When you reach here and just here, this is what we call optic chiasma. Thalamus, hypothalamus, and then the optic chiasma. The optic chiasma. Do you get me? If you really know optic chiasma, this is the optic chiasma, just the one anterior inferior to the hypothalamus. Anterior inferior to the hypothalamus. Good. Something that I can't leave without mentioning, this is part of the corpus callosum. This is called anterior commissure. The anterior commissure of corpus callosum. This is like a projection, the anterior projection of the corpus callosum. It is called anterior what? Commissure. Good. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And please rate the video, share it to your colleagues. And don't forget to place subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed. May God bless you. See you in another video next time. Thank you very much. Don't forget to place like, subscribe, and the bell.